Here at NOBTS and Leavell College, we do desire to prepare servants to walk with Christ, to proclaim His truth, and to fulfill His mission. And we're getting to that part in Explore Our Mission where we're going to go deeper into that last part, fulfill His mission. And some may think, well, that's at the end, so it might be an afterthought, but we know that that is not the case. It's, as we look into the Gospels, we know towards the end of each one of those, we have the Great Commission, and then in the beginning of Acts, we have that as well. And I like to think of that not as kind of last thoughts or something that's just an add-on, but it really is there over and over again for a point of emphasis, for clarity. That gives us our motivation and our purpose. If we think about the Great Commissions, that we see things highlighted like going and sending. We see proclamation and witness. And of course, we do that in the Spirit's power. And why that highlight on witness? Well, we're witnessing to Jesus, who He was and what He has accomplished. And we want to take that message about Jesus to all people, even to the ends of the earth. And so as I think about fulfilling His mission, I really do think of it as an act of love and obedience. We see that combination over and over again in Jesus' ministry and teaching, where He talks about that to obey is to love, and to love is to obey His commandments. And for you and for me, I want to love in the same pattern that God loves. And Romans 5:8 says this, that God demonstrates His own love towards us, and that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And so for us to love like God loved means that we need to sacrifice in deep and meaningful ways, just as God sacrificed and gave His Son on our behalf. And what greater way to sacrifice than to take the gospel, to take this message about Jesus to all peoples and to all places. And these peoples and places, they don't have access to the gospel. They don't have the same opportunities that you and I have to hear about Jesus and hopefully say yes to Him. And so it requires us to step into this love and this obedience among all peoples and all nations. And, just a few weeks ago, I was in a conversation with one of our students here, and they said, when we were building and relaunching this Global Mission Center, I had the question of why a Global Mission Center? But then they went on to say that since that time, I understand more who we are here at NOBTS and Leavell College. And as I've learned more, as we have prayed more for the nations, as we are going and sending more to the nations, he said, I get it. I get not only who we are, I get our mission statement, that when we think about fulfilling His mission, it is both an opportunity and a responsibility. And then I would say here, what we desire for all of our students as they pass through our classrooms and they step into what God has for them, that they are prepared and equipped with not only the ability, but also the availability to serve anywhere, beginning here and then looking towards all peoples and all nations. And so here at NOBTS, we truly do believe that all that we do is wrapped up in fulfilling His mission.